conversation to live stream. Thought I should talk about this on live. My bad. Cause this whole conversation and everything involving it was getting a decent amount of traction, a certain amount of comments under the videos that I made regarding this topic about Katt Williams and the way, he conducts himself. I know Katt got a lot of fans, a lot of people who will not sway off of him, no matter what he does, no matter what he says. And so I felt like let's talk about this on the live stream. My bad. I drank some water before I got on here. Thought I was gonna have to burp or something. But let's get into it, man. I want to see how many people I can get on today. I don't know, or tonight rather. I told y'all I initially was gonna talk about some Chicago stories today, but I switched it up. I'm gonna say that for tomorrow. I'm gonna talk about the Chicago stories tomorrow. But nonetheless, we still gonna have a good time. We still gonna talk. We still gonna talk, man. Mm-hmm. Um, as y'all come in, please hit the like button for me. Hit the like button. It means a lot to me. It helped me out and with the YouTube algorithm. If you hit the like button for me, y'all can talk to me in the chat before I get started. I will answer mostly any question as long as it's not super crazy. But yeah, y'all can holler at me. We 2 minutes in. I'm trying to wait because I don't want to be on here talking to myself. So I'm trying to wait and see how many people I can get on here. What's going on, y'all? What's the word? Got 4 people on. Let's see if we can build an audience tonight. Let's see. I got 4 people on right now. Y'all talk to me in the chat. Say what's up to me. Say something. I'm gonna respond to the questions y'all got until I feel like it's enough people on to where I can fully go into the topic for real. But yeah. What's shaking, y'all? What's going on? Oh. We not getting a lot of people on tonight. I don't know. Maybe they not sending out my notifications that I'm live, which is very unfortunate for me. Very unfortunate for your boy. What's going on, y'all? What's going on though, y'all? Y'all talk to me in the chat. Talk to me in the chat. Let me know y'all here. I appreciate whoever that is that hit the like button. Y'all hit the like button for me as y'all come in. It really helps me out with YouTube's algorithm. I appreciate it if y'all hit that like button. All right, I'm gonna give it a few more minutes to see if I can build an audience. If not, I gotta come back on a whole nother time. Let's see. What's going on, y'all? What's the word? What's the word? Man, Teron Brown, what's going on, boss? How you feeling? What's going on, y'all? What's going on, people? Y'all hit the like button for me as y'all come in. Talk to me in the chat. Talk to me in the chat. Trying to see if I can build up an audience for the show tonight. I got 8 people in here so far. So you in Carbondale, okay? Got you. What you up to out there? Says your big sister house. Okay. Got you, man. That's what's up. Enjoy that family time, boss. Enjoy the family time. Uh, you say East St. Louis? What's going on, dog? Shout out East St. Louis. That's 6 hours from Chicago. With East St. Louis, how far is what? How far is East St. Louis from Chicago? Said Carbondale, yeah, Carbondale. Definitely. I know Carbondale at the bottom. Said about 5 hours. Okay. Got you. Yeah. I used to get on when I used to get on them trains going back home. From college, we used to go through Carbondale, Kankakee, Champaign, what is it? Fulton, Kentucky. We used to go through all them different little spots, man. All right, y'all. What's going on, y'all? I'm trying to get people to engage with me in the chat first, so I can see if I got like an audience in here before I start really going and talking. Cause I don't want to start talking and then people come in on the back end, or you know what I mean. I got a little like a small audience that really ain't really engaging for the most part. Y'all hit the like button for me as y'all come in. Hit the like button for me as y'all come in. And talk to me in the chat too. I'm trying to see something. Cause I want to have a conversation with y'all about Katt Williams. About Katt, things he's done, things he said, interviews he's done, all of that. You know what I mean? Because I feel like when I made my last 2 videos involving Katt Williams and like Wanda Smith, how Katt handled himself in the Club Shay Shay interview, I got pushback from it. And that's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. You push back, but I have strong arguments for what I say and what I believe. And we can have a conversation about it. I like Katt, but the more he talks, the more he contradicts him. Yeah, he's a dope comedian. A dope comedian, a funny guy, for sure. Let me say, this conversation all started after I watched Comedy Hype. And they were interviewing Ricky Smiley. Ricky Smiley he was asked about Wanda Smith, who was a close friend of his. He spoke about Wanda being a good person to him. Wanda still paying him for comedy shows, even when he wasn't funny, making sure he got paid, all of that. And he spoke about how he was still close to her. Comedy Hype, the guy John Abbott that's over Comedy Hype, he spoke about how when she passed away a little over a month ago, he mentioned the Katt Williams back and forth that she had in the, I guess, the in the story about her death. He mentioned the Katt Williams back and forth, and Ricky Smiley say, "Yo, I don't think that wasn't right. Her life was much bigger than that moment. You know what I'm saying? So don't mention that." In John Abba over Comedy Hype, he said, "Well, look, that's the way." He said, "Well, I knew some people wouldn't know her outside of that." Ricky Smiley said, "Well, listen, if they don't know her, leave it where it is. Leave it where it is if they don't know her." Cammy Tompkins, new subscriber. I appreciate it, Cammy. Welcome to the channel. I appreciate you coming and finding something that you like on the channel. I got a lot of more different content coming for everybody. So he said, look, if they don't know her, you know, it is what it is. And so then I spoke about when I remember when Wanda Smith, when she passed away, people, they posted her on a shade room, and people were using her death post to shout out Katt Williams. And a post about her death, under a post about her death, people were shouting out Katt. And I'm like, that's tacky. That's distasteful. That is just corny to me. You know what I mean? In a post about her death, announcing her passing, you got people shouting out Katt. And I said that sometimes a lot of people let their fandom of Katt go too far. Katt is so beloved, people will believe certain things he says when it's obviously not true. If that brother said he read 3,000 books in a year, I want to slap everybody that believe that. He not reading 300 books in a year. Like, what? If you believe that brother read 3,000 books in a year, I got a skyscraper I can sell you in the Mississippi Delta. Okay? If you believe that brother read 3,000 books in a year, I got an ocean for sale in Idaho. Like, what? You feel me? So but Katt's, his fandom is so big, people latch on to him, right? And so under the comments of the video that I made about Wanda, I made the video about Wanda Smith. In the comments, somebody said it's not that she looked. I think it was a woman. She said she loves Katt, and people ride for him the way they do because he's not a bully. And I'm like, I'm not denigrating a woman for saying that. I'm like, are you sure? Are you sure he's not? Okay. Yes, Katt went at people who wronged him, but he also said things about people who said nothing bad about him. He was in there trashing and belittling men who said nothing bad about him, right? And I'm like, well, if a person does that, what do you call that person? You just call them like it's all good. They an upstanding individual. No, you know, I ain't saying he a bully, but Katt a shit starter. He starts shit. Excuse you know what I'm saying? Y'all know I can talk like that sometime on the channel. But you know, I grew up around a lot of shit starters. I did. Katt the type of person, he'll say something about somebody that wronged him, but at the same time, he'll just walk into a room and say, damn, you an ugly motherfucker. Like, nobody asked you, was this person ugly or not? But you just want to go out of your way to say this to be an a-hole. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where it's like, come on now. Come on. And I spoke about, in a follow-up video to that video, I spoke about what Katt said about people who said nothing about him. And I'm like, I know we love Katt as a comedian. We love his comedy. We think he's a funny dude. The Club Shay Shay interview was hilarious. But y'all can admit, the brother was going at folks that said nothing bad about him. You know what I mean? And I'm like, what are we doing? Brother calling Jonathan Majors ugly out of nowhere. I remember it was some interview he did years ago. He called Lil Rel ugly out of the blue, out of nowhere. In the interview, he talked about Ludacris being in an Illuminati and having a light-skinned, ugly-faced wife. And I'm like, Katt, you was wrong. He's like, oh, the light-skinned, big-faced girl, ugly-faced girl. Like, bro, you was riding around with a light-skinned, big-faced girl named Hazel E. Katt. So how you finna be talking all that, right? Then, in that same Club Shay Shay interview, he insinuated that Chris Tucker and Michael Jackson were gay. He's insinuated that. You know what I'm saying? Insinuating they was gay. He like, what type of man names another man Christmas, nicknames another man Christmas. Michael Jackson nicknamed Chris Tucker Christmas. What kind of man says that? And I'm like, okay, so you're insinuating these men are gay. They ain't done nothing to you. You just want to insinuate, like, you know what I mean? Like, come on. Then in the same interview, he clowns Martin Lawrence for wearing a dress in Big Mama's house, right? Jabari Mitchell, what's going on? Elgin, you say, do I think he's projecting his own insecurities? I'm gonna get to what it really is. I think what I think, Elgin, and get in a 1 minute. He clowned Martin Lawrence for wearing a dress in Big Mama's house, right? And okay, cool. You didn't want to wear the dress, but it was like he was trying to. He like, why he keep throwing dresses on? Like trying to like clown Martin Lawrence out for putting on the dress in Big Mama's house. Now, I would never wear a dress, right? I wouldn't. But you clowning him for wearing that dress, and I know you probably was laughing when he did Shanae back in the day. You was probably busting brothers, and a lot of brothers that's clowning, they clown Martin now for that. They will try to beg to differ. But if we had a goddamn camcorder and could record and could rewind time or something, you would have saw them brothers laughing at Martin playing Shanae, laughing at Martin playing Mama Payne, laughing at Martin or laughing at Jamie Foxx when he did Wanda. You know what I'm saying? When he did Wanda, and a lot of these brothers was laughing at all of that. And now it's like this is horrible. Like again, I wouldn't wear a dress. But I'm like, now y'all out here, because Katt said it, now y'all up in arms. Katt the same dude that was wearing nails like a woman wear. He was wearing them woman French tip type. He was wearing them type of nails, right? So you didn't put a dress on, but you wearing some type of stuff like that a woman is known to wear on their fingernails. And don't give me that, that's a pimp stuff. That's pimp type stuff. All of that. He didn't wear them type of nails before. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know. Everybody love Eddie Murphy and the Nutty Professor. All of that, man. All of them, So I feel like D said, didn't Katt threaten to check or beating up Quentin Tarantino? I think he did, right? But I just feel like, come on. He does a lot of things, a lot of times, to be an a-hole. And people will ignore it because they love Katt. You had people really making up like, he only said stuff about people that wronged him. Stop lying. Point to me a time where Chris Tucker said anything bad about Katt Williams. Point to me a time where Michael Jackson said anything bad about Katt Williams. Point to me a time where Ludacris said anything bad about Katt Williams. And I'm not even like, and Luda can come off a certain way in interviews a lot, for sure. But like, I ain't known Luda to say nothing bad about Katt. Calling Jonathan Majors ugly out of the blue. Point and look, and what I'm about to say, Katt is close to Megan Good. Megan Good is homegirl. And you talking about her man calling him ugly and all of that, you know what I'm saying? Calling Lil Rel ugly out of the blue. He be doing a lot of stuff. And I remember somebody else reminded me, he said something about Ricky Smiley and Ricky's son passing away not too long ago. Calling all these people ugly, Gerard Carmichael ugly. Like, why are you doing that? You know what I'm saying? Like, and I get you're a comedian, but he does a lot of things in poor taste. And people act like it's revolutionary. My thing is this. For one, how do Jonathan Williams supposed to look to him? Jonathan Majors, he only had beef with Steve and Cedric. Right. Steve and Cedric. Now, Imperial Stats. His beef with Kevin Hart is in his head. He started it. All because he felt like Katt had a meteoric rise. I mean, he felt like, what's the man's name? Kevin Hart. Kevin had a meteoric rise. He's an industry plant. He's an industry plant. Now, y'all older than me. Now, when Eddie Murphy first hit the scene, Eddie Murphy was on Saturday Night Live at like 19 years old. And then he just popped up in all these movies. So if you're going to say Katt is an industry plant, right? I mean, Kevin, I'm sorry. If you're going to say Kevin Hart is an industry plant, why would you? And Eddie Murphy is hilarious. Is a funny dude. He like how he just get on TV. Like, I remember people saying Eddie was like the youngest member ever of Saturday Night Live. You ain't gonna say that about Eddie. I'm not saying Eddie's an industry plant at all. I'm not saying that. I'm not. Eddie's a hilarious brother, right? Eddie is a hilarious brother, all the way through and through. But I'm like, Eddie had a quick rise to fame, you know. But it's like, to act like he made up, like, he Imperial, bro. He made up his whole beef with Kevin in his head. He was attacking Kevin for years before Kevin ever said anything to him. Kevin responded on the Breakfast Club, and he responded only because he felt like Tiffany Haddish was probably feeling a way about it, and he like, okay, I'm gonna say something now because Katt been coming crazy for years. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only reason he finally said and Katt had been throwing Kevin under the bus at every turn. And I believe, KB, I believe he is envious of Kevin Hart. Not because Kevin is funnier than him, but Kevin got to a success level that he once aspired to be at. Now, Katt fans will make it seem like Katt never wanted to be in that level. Katt never wanted to be in that level. You know, he was always just of the people. He was of the fray. He was just down with being with us. Bullshit. Katt wanted to be up there too. Katt wanted to be in that level of being in all them movies like that. He did. But Katt has a personality that I believe is off-putting to people. And he has a style of comedy sometimes that's not as... And Katt's style of comedy is not... What's the word I'm looking for? It's not palatable for every type of audience. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't think... Do I think Kevin Hart is funnier than... No, I don't. You say, here I go. What I go with, Zeddy? What did I do? I think Katt is I think he is bitter. I think he's bitter. He didn't get to that level that Kevin is at, and he feel a way about it. And he feel like Kevin ain't funnier than me, so he had to have some type of industry help. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I'm off. Katt be talking about people who never said nothing about him, bro. So why do he be talking about? He talking about insinuating Chris Tucker and Michael Jackson gay in your interview. Why are you doing that? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Katt Williams talking about Kevin Hart. It's like Lupe Fiasco talking about Kendrick Lamar. That's a perfect example. Perfect example, man. And listen, Corey Holcomb, Chicago, like me. Funny as hell. Corey, a bitter dude. Man. Yeah, Zeddy, all of y'all forgot about the stuff you said about Michael Jackson. And y'all love Michael Jackson, but y'all was... not you in particular, right? Not you, Zeddy. I'm saying people love Michael Jackson, but was Katt telling the truth? No. I am Aboriginal. Kevin responded to Katt on the Breakfast Club after Katt was always attacking Kevin way before that Breakfast Club interview. A lot of y'all think the genesis of their beef was that Breakfast Club interview. No. Katt was throwing Kevin under the bus every which way every time you turn around. He was saying Katt was saying Kevin one shit every time you look up. Man, Kevin ain't that funny. He got writers. Kevin, an industry plant. He was saying that for years. And then Kevin didn't respond until that movie Night School was coming out with him and Tiffany Haddish. I believe that was a movie. Some movie with Tiffany Haddish. I think it was Night School. And then that's when everybody was like, oh, Kevin coming at Katt. No. Y'all didn't see them 5+ interviews he was trashing Kevin Hart. You know what I mean? So that's the thing. That's the thing with me. I feel like I say KB said you never forgot. Yeah. It's like he was already then in that interview with Katt telling Ludacris he got a light-skinned, ugly-faced wife. They all get the light-skinned, ugly-faced wife and light-skinned, big-faced wife. Wasn't Katt rolling around with Hazel E? A light-skinned, big-faced girl, right? He wasn't his wife, but he was rolling around with her, kicking it with her, right? Listen, I'm going to find the interviews for you, bro. Now, I know you ain't saying I'm lying. Now, y'all, do anybody else in the chat remember when Katt was attacking Kevin? Then he denied it. Yeah. Katt was attacking Kevin for years before that. Now, Katt in the same interview, again, clowning Martin Lawrence for wearing a dress, all of that, bringing up Martin name. And I would never wear a dress. I wouldn't, right? But why you trying to clown Martin for that though? You know what I mean? When Martin, he asked you to be in Big Mama house. You didn't want to be in it. Why you got to clown him for? Again, also calling Jonathan Majors ugly, Lil Rel ugly, everybody ugly. It be like, what are you doing? Like, what you trying to be an a-hole a lot of times. You know what I mean? And so when everybody is acting like, he said, Mills, what the F? I'm being real. Katt is a hilarious brother. But y'all be letting Katt get away with too much. Katt told y'all he ran a 4.3, right? Right. Now, Tiffany not funny, bro. She's not. But I believe, and he said something to Katt because probably Tiffany felt the way, but Katt had been attacking him for years before that. Now, do y'all remember when Katt was talking about Kevin Hart, trashing Kevin Hart for years before that interview? Right. Him clowning Martin was off. He should have just said no to the movie. That is what it is. Why you got to throw shade at Martin for? You know what I mean? Like, he be doing a lot of stuff. Like, they just be like, what are you doing? And y'all let that brother tell y'all he read 3,000 books a year. Like I told y'all, what books if it ain't Dr. Seuss books, what books you read 3,000 a year? Who got time to read that many books a year? You know what I mean? He's a funny brother. Katt is a hilarious brother. But again, if you think he read 3,000 books a year, I got a skyscraper I can sell you in the Mississippi Delta. And I got a beach, a lake I could sell you in Idaho, if you really believe that. In the Wanda Rose, he said his hair was 18 inches long with no perm, but his hair barely touched his show. Yeah, and like I said, Katt used to be wearing them little fingernails like the women be wearing and all that. Not like with rhinestones on it and stuff, but them little tip nails, all of that. So it's like, yeah, you didn't wear the dress, but you also getting your nails done in a way that women would get their nails done. So like, what do you know, I kind of feel like people love Katt so much that they want to try to find, like you had brothers, when I said who reading 3,000 books a year, you had brothers really trying to sit, man, it's possible. All you got to do is go to the library 3 times a day, sit down, read 50 pages this hour, 50 pages that hour, then you can get the 3,000 in 1 year. Hey, come on now. Come on, look who y'all talking to, fam. I'm a brother that like went to school and was around a lot of well-read brothers and sisters. A lot of brothers that was super knowledgeable. They ain't got I told you, one of my best friends got a PhD in mathematics. He not reading no 3,000 books in no 1 year. Come on, Joe. You feel me? We ain't gonna do that. So then he went in there telling y'all he run a 4.3. Do y'all know how fast a 4.3 is? Now he ran in that video. He looked fast. It wasn't no damn 4.3 though. Not at all. He ain't running like Chris Johnson. He not running like, you know what I'm saying? He not running at that type of speed like that. We ain't finna do that. You know what I'm saying? So, hold on. Yeah, man. Hold on, the new famous anyone who says crazy. But yeah, if you got a conspiracy theories rule the internet. So if you got a conspiracy theory on somebody, yeah, Katt be exaggerating. Yeah, he do. And people act like he ain't told one lie. Nobody said he lied yet. Nobody. If you defend yourself, if you don't defend yourself, they say Katt ain't lied. If you defend yourself against Katt, man, a hit dog a holler. Hey, man, which one is it, dog? Which one is it, man? But yeah, brother told me he run a 4.3. Do y'all know how fast a 4.3 is? That ain't no shit me and you could run. Just sitting here on like, okay, what? We can't run that. Is you crazy? No, matter of fact, is you cool, boy? Is you cool? He ain't running. I was like, people believe this? This brother not running faster than Terrell Owens in his heyday. Come on, man. So, and again, Right. Tyreek Hill, cheetah. He ain't outrunning this brother. You crazy? You know, brothers will kill to make a 4-3 to get to the league. Like that is what brothers want to run to play wide receiver and get drafted in the first round. He ain't running that. He a comedian and you laugh when he said it, job done. Now it's cool. It's cool. But what I'm saying, are you in hold on, Chris, you in JB? Chris Turner. Chris, you knew this time. You know I went to Arkansas State for grad school, boss. You feel me? Hold on. From Jonesboro, Arkansas. you said I said all that. Shout out to A, man. Shout out to Arkansas. Shout out to Jonesboro, man. All my brothers and my Kappa Alpha Psi brothers in Jonesboro. Or they were there at one point. Yeah. I don't even know. Did Prime ran a 4-3. I think it did. Yep, Prime ran a 4-3. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. JB, hey, man, I used to be going to Cheddar's all the time in Jonesboro. Turtle Creek Mall. This before the dang on hurt the tornado hit. Yeah, Prime ran a 4-3. Yeah. He ain't outrunning Prime. But that's what I be saying though. Like, people just wanted to take. Yeah, and Katt speaks well. Yes, he can talk. He can speak well. Yeah, but he's eccentric. He is very eccentric, and I think people love him so much they don't want to believe that they don't want to believe what's right in your face. Like, bruh, come on. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, I had people saying stuff like, hello, Michael Vick. Right, he ain't running faster than Vick. He was a lot of strays. He was throwing a lot of strays at everybody in the interview. And I'm like, now where's y'all discernment at? You can really be a fan of a person and say, nah, come on now. Come on. I'm like, Boosie, come on, man. Come on. We not doing that. Can't say what everybody be thinking, though. I'm just saying. He say what everybody be thinking. Yeah, you ain't, but that ain't what you supposed to do, though. As a person, we can never say everything we thinking, though. Right, like, you know what I mean? That's a bad person. Saying everything you think is not okay. That is not okay. Just because you think somebody ugly don't mean to say that you supposed to say it out loud. You know what I mean? That ain't what you supposed to be doing. And like, nah. Hello, you said right. He praised Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle he ain't like the interview. You know what I mean? So, yeah, Katt be doing a lot of stuff. Like for example, and again, and I hate to bring this up, but I gotta keep it a buck with y'all. People were acting like Katt was this crusader for justice, all-time justice. The brother got domestic violence charges and domestic violence accusations all on his name. Carlos Miller, baby mama. Y'all know Carlos from y'all know Carlos from 85 South? 85 South. Carlos baby mama, her name is Ashima Franklin. She on Comedy Hype talking about how Katt put hands on her. Nah. Katt done had several accusations by women saying they put hands on him. I mean, he put hands on them. So I'm like, hold on, bro. You doing all of this? You got all this on your name, Joe? Be cool. Be cool. But yeah, so that's why when Carlos was getting interviewed by Shannon, he said, you never heard, listen, go look it up, bro. Her name is Ashima Franklin. Go look it up on Comedy Hype right now. You can hear her video talking about how Katt attacked her. She sounded genuine as ever. You say they was lying. Now, Chris, you was there. They lying. She sounded genuine. And that's why when they asked Carlos is asked about the Katt Williams interview. He say now Katt came at people that came at him, but he also got some stuff on his name where you got to look at him like, hey, because he know about his baby mama transgression with that with dude. You feel me? It's two sides to a story. It is. I'm just saying, you ain't got no accusations on your name, though. You got domestic charge on you. Imperial Stats, you got domestic allegations on you. I know what you're saying. And this ain't just one allegation. This ain't just one. Do y'all get them on y'all name? I'm just asking. Because the more if it keep happening, my pops always told me this. Where there's smoke, there's fire at some point. At some point. Now, I ain't saying you went upside her head, did what that girl head, but you might have, if you did the color. Yeah, Carlos, look, I'm not making this up. He said, I got 3 on me, I'm fighting 9. If they did it to BM, Carlos wouldn't F with him. So you think Carlos say he's BM lying? Go look it up. Man, brothers be, hold on. I just to believe everything people say. I just don't believe. I don't believe everything people say. I don't think, I don't believe everything people say either. That's why I don't believe everything Katt be saying. I just be looking like, all right, you know what I mean? He said, come on, bro. I know we all love Katt in here. But you know what I'm saying? And I ain't saying, I'm just saying, like, no, not Carlos didn't say that. Carlos baby mama say Katt put hands on her. You know what I mean? Carlos baby mama said it on Comedy High. Y'all can look it up. Her name is Ashima Franklin right now. Katt a real N-word. He didn't. Carlos baby mama said that. And everything I'm saying, you can look up on YouTube. Katt a real, what you call it? I mean, he cool. I mean, he's a funny guy. You know what I mean? He's hilarious. He's a hilarious brother. Yeah, he's a hilarious brother. Hilarious, but what I'm saying, everything he say ain't gospel. And I think a lot of times, can't help that. I'm not disqualifying that. I'm not disqualifying that he helped a lot of people. He has. I'm not disqualifying that, Wes. 2 things could be true. 2 things could be true. I'm not disqualifying that. He's helped a lot of people, yes. But me personally, I grew up around people who helped a lot of people, but were also assholes at the same time. For real. I know a lot of people like that. That helped a lot of people, but also did some stuff like, what you say? You know what I mean? Like, I know. So I'm not disqualifying to help people, you know? And that was just in my everyday life. So I'm not saying Katt is a bad person. I'm just saying he got some stuff started up in him. And I believe certain genesis or certain beasts with people, or certain things he says I don't agree with, certain ways he handled things I don't agree with. You know what I mean? What is Katt's sign? I have no idea. And I think when people, like, you had brothers trying to argue me up and down about him reading 3,000 books. And I say, now, what's going on with my people now? How are y'all trying to make this a thing for him to be able to? You have brothers really up in there on girls and brothers. Man, if you sitting there, I'm telling you, my friend Ray, he sat in the library every day, read 50 pages a day. If you sit in there between the hours of 8 a.m. and 4 p.m., you can read 56 pages a day, 56 times 7, times that by divide that by how many books you read. All right, look. I'm like, bro, come on, man. Now, human nature. I'm about to tell you something right now. Somebody very close to me, God rest his soul, was a Virgo. And I'm not even into like zodiac signs like that. I'm really not, right? But somebody very close to me was a Virgo. God rest his soul. He helped a lot of people, but he also could be an asshole to a lot of people. This is somebody I love, near and dear to me, right? I'm not lying to y'all. This is somebody, and I wish and if my mama was sitting here right next to me, she'd know exactly who I'm talking about. He loved me and all my siblings very close, right? You know what I'm saying? Siblings very close, but he could be an a-hole. two people at a time. So, but again, I'm not into I don't really get into like zodiac signs like that. I'm not big on that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, because I just feel like Faison is worse than Katt. Faison, another one. Faison way worse though. Faison hate on everybody. Faison, he's an equal opportunity hater though. Hey, them brothers, him and Katt clashing, woo! That was like the worst thing possible. You know what I'm saying? That was the worst thing. Him and Katt, they are two headstrong individuals who believe they are right. Like Faison be hating. He does. So I had no, that's why I had no, him and Faison, I had no problem with him talking about Faison. None. Because Faison be hating on everybody. If Faison ain't got no relationship with you personally, he gonna hate on you. Yeah, Katt is way funnier than Faison. I'm not disputing that. Katt, I'm never disputing Katt's funny. I'm never. You say you saw Faison live? Yeah. I'm sure. Krista, what's going on? Welcome. Yeah, I'm Jay, what's going on, boss? I'm never disputing Katt's funny ever in life. Hilarious brother. Who is the funniest black comedian? So for me, I'm 31. So me, Bernard McCullough, Bernie Mac, that's my guy. It's my guy. But I grew up watching like Comic View, Def Comedy Jam with my father and stuff too. So I think Eddie Murphy, Raw and Delirious, hilarious. Right? Love that Raw and Delirious. I like, as far as comedy goes, hold on. Only thing I know from Faison is Money Talks. Don't know him from me. You know him from Big Worm and Friday. Yeah, Bernie Mac, real name is Bernard McCullough. Yeah. A lot of people don't know that's his real name, but yeah. Yeah. They think his last name is really Mac, but it's McCullough. Faison did an hour and 30. Y'all, he did an hour and 30? Oh, Imperial, you got to be a dog to do that. An hour and 30? Imperial Stats, you got to be a dog. He had to been killing it. An hour and 30, nobody was born? Oh, yeah. That's good. That's when you know you got good work. Woo! You said living comedian. Living comedian. Yeah, Bernie Mac, Southside Chicago. Southside Chicago, Illinois, like me. Yup. Bernie loves Chicago. And we on the Bernie Mac show, all Chicago Bears apparel all through his crib all the time. His daughter went to the same high school I went to. She's older than me though, much older. But his daughter, when he passed away, his daughter came to speak at us when I was at Morgan Park High School. Yeah, Bernie went to my homeboy Melvin High School, Chicago Vocational, CBS High School, same high school that Jawan Howard went to, CBS. Now Stephen Truitt, I don't like Mike's stand-up like that. At least the ones I've seen. I love Mike Epps in movies. I love Mike in movies. I don't really like Mike's stand-up like that. Me personally. Now, I've only seen a few of them. Right? But I love him. I love him in movies though. I don't really care for Mike Epps stand-up like that. But in movies, great comedic timing, all of that. You know? You said stand-up, Mike Epps stand-up is choppy. You feel the same way about Kevin Hart? Yeah, like, okay, so Kevin's first two stand-ups that got popular, they were funny to me, the first two ones. And after that, they started going downhill to me. But them first 2 or 3 ones, when we didn't know he did stand-up, like years after 2009, them stand-ups that Kevin had around that time, those two around that time, that was funny. But then after he started getting big, I didn't like Kevin's stand-ups after he started getting real big like that. But the first couple of ones, when we first, 09, 08, Yeah. I met Mike at 2 a.m. in the gas station in Atlanta. True story. Shout out Mike. Yes, Mike, Indianapolis, man. Shout out Naptown. Cold weather, y'all don't keep. But I think Prime Chris Rock was among the best to ever do it. So no, Steven. So you know me, right? I'm too young to remember. Chris Rock, everybody loved Chris. No pun. Everybody hates. Chris was at one point the most popular comedian in the world. I remember that. My dad, I told y'all my dad was the ghetto. My dad was the man to hook up your cable for the bootleg cable. My daddy was hooking up. My daddy hooked up more than half of Chicago. Okay. I remember when Chris was popular, my dad was doing pay-per-view boxes, giving people pay-per-view boxes. You pay him $85, he give you the pay-per-view box, right? My dad was the cable man. So people were trying to get them boxes to watch HBO, Chris Rock doing them stand-ups and all of that, you know. Chris, people really like Chris. You know what I mean? Now my generation in particular don't find Chris to be that funny. Like 31, my generation, they don't. I found things that Chris said very funny though in certain points. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of my generation don't really find them funny. I think everybody generation seems to on Chris. I think people are used to a certain type of comedy style, probably. I'm gonna say this too. I don't know. Maybe because they were introduced to Chris my generation were introduced to Chris at a different time. We were a lot of people. Again, I'm just a nostalgia buff, so I like watching older things like comedies and stuff. I like watching stuff my dad and my mom that was laughing at, right? But a lot of people got introduced to Katt and to Chris, like head of state around that time. Down to Earth. I think I love my wife. I think I love my wife. It's a really, really underrated movie. I love that movie. Yeah, I'm not saying you should have done it. Hey, look, but I understand. Chris Rock, Dave, Paul Mooney, Katt. Yeah, Paul Mooney was crazy. Y'all know I always like when Paul Mooney say Wayne Brady makes Brian Gumbel look like Malcolm X. When I understood what he said, I was laughing like crazy. The brother say Wayne Brady's so non-threatening, he make Brian Gumbel look like a militant brother. Damn. Hey, I remember one time I was watching Paul. Paul was like, white folks. I always hear white people talking about, the ghosts. Ghosts are gonna come get us. Ghosts are gonna come get us. Ghosts are gonna come. They coming. They coming. He said ghosts don't exist because if they did, white folks, black ghosts will come F y'all up. And he said, black ghosts will come F y'all up in y'all sleep. And I was like, yo, what? Like, Paul Mooney was crazy. Crazy. Said, let's be honest. But yeah, Paul Mooney was hilarious. And his voice was just crazy. Crazy voice. Hold on, what you say? You can't do what? What about Richard Pryor and Red Fox? So I'm much too young for Red Fox. Much too. I seen Red in like Sanford and Son and stuff like that, but not like I didn't see Red Fox like stand-up stuff. Richard Pryor, I seen a stand-up for Richard Pryor. Now that Richard was funny for sure, but I didn't see enough. The people I connected to, as far as comedy goes, watching the Chappelle show as a kid, watching Eddie Murphy's stand-up Delirious, Raw. That's when Eddie was a lot more raunchy. Red Fox stand up St. Louis. I hear you. You say Martin. As far as like stand up, I ain't never y'all know. I only seen I ain't seen a lot of Martin stand-ups. Richard is the GOAT because every comedian we mention names him as their favorite. Yeah, they do. Every comedian. Said Richard Pryor was funny. Eddie Murphy was okay. Said Comedy Club's your thing. I like comedy. I'm a kid that was watching Comic View when I was like 8, 7 and 8 years old, watching Comic View. You know, a lot of stuff I wasn't supposed to be watching. Who you got out of the Martin Lawrence show and Dave Chappelle? Jay, I appreciate you hopping on, bro. Woo. Man. Yeah. Woo. That's tough. That's tough. That is tough. I'm gonna have to come back to that one. Damn. That is tough. Yeah, that's a tough one, Steven. Yeah. Lisa Lampanelli. I seen Lisa Lampanelli getting roasted on one of them little roasts they did for somebody. So it was something, you know, they used to do them famous celebrity roast. Yeah, Richard from Joliet. I mean, Richard from Richard is from Richard Pryor is not from Joliet. He's from what's that place? Godly. Richard not from Joliet. He's from where Bradley at? Bradley University. Where's Bradley at? Damn. What is that? What is that place? Godly. Peoria. That's where Bradley University is. He's from Peoria. Cammy, I say Cedric the Entertainer is very funny. And a lot of people don't really know it or believe it. I think, to me, Cedric was the second funniest person on the Kings of Comedy. Other than Bernie, I think Cedric was the second funniest to me. I seen Cedric the Entertainer stand up live from Nashville that was on Netflix in 2016. Hilarious to me. You know what I'm saying? Hilarious to me. So, yeah. Bianca, I wasn't talking about Katt's situation with Wanda, him being a bully. I was talking about like when he was in the Club Shay Shay interview, and he was talking about a lot of people who had never wronged him, calling, insinuating that Michael Jackson and Chris Tucker had a gay relationship, him doing that, him calling Jonathan Majors ugly, Katt saying that, you know, Ludacris had a big face, a light-skinned, ugly face wife, big face wife, all of that. And he was rolling around with Katt, was rolling around with Hazel E. Katt calling out Martin Lawrence for wearing a dress unnecessarily, stuff like that. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? He had a light skin and she wasn't his wife, but that was his boo thing. Hazel E had Katt Williams' name tatted on her. That was his day. He was riding around with. That was his joint. That was his boo. You said Cedric was all right. Who you say was a what order do you put the Kings of Comedy in that comedy special specifically? Not all time. What order do you put the Kings of Comedy from funniest to least funniest? Lavelle is hilarious. Lavelle Crawford is hilarious. Hilarious. Yeah, we all probably gonna say Bernie first. And people gonna say DL last. DL didn't have a good. Woo! You got DL second? Man, that's a new one. That's a new one. And to me, DL is really funny. I don't think that was his strongest set, though. I think DL is really funny. DL is really funny. Yeah, DL, an LA guy, West Coast. I know that's your guy. DL is really funny. I think he gets a bad rap for that set that he had on the Kings of Comedy. But DL funny though, really funny. But I don't think that was his best set to me. You know what I mean? So definitely Bernie 1, said 2, DL 3, then Steve. My father never thought Steve was that funny to him. I thought Steve was cool, man. My dad ain't never thought Steve. You said he was good in Comic View. Who you was talking about good in Comic View, KB? You said DL stands for the last. DL said he had to write a whole new set for Kings. Yeah, I thought Steve was cool. My dad, giving Steve a hard time. I thought Steve was cool. Yeah, I think, and as you can see, I think DL didn't have the best set on the Kings of Comedy. But black folks judge him off of that set. Black folks will tell you DL not funny because of that Kings of Comedy set. And I beg to differ. Right. Now, Reese, he was ranking on the audience more. I don't like in a comedy special like that, I don't like that. Give me your jokes. Like, don't keep he focused on the audience way too much for me. Like in that set. In that set right there, Reese. I agree with you. I when you got Bernie and them killing it like that. Now, Bianca, ding, 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 ding. That's what it is. Now, you said it, Bianca. I think he believes he should get the opportunities that they are getting. And that's cool. And you running the mouth to get into it with them for clout. Yeah, I don't really like how, and Katt is a hilarious dude. I don't really like him going at people who said nothing. She talking about Katt Williams. Bianca talking about Katt Williams, West Coast. That dude Deion Cole is really weird. You know what, Steven? When Deion, because Deion lost a lot of weight. When Deion was like a bigger guy, I thought Deion was hilarious. He used to be on Comic View back in the day. I thought Deion was funny. I thought Deion Cole was funny when we was on Comic View and stuff. I haven't seen Deion since he lost weight and been super in shape type, but yeah. He said, yeah, I ain't seen Deion since like way back in the day. I'm talking about Comic View days. Do you think Katt has a drug problem? Now, people don't like when I say this. Katt was doing something. I don't care what nobody say. He was doing something. He was doing something. Like, I know, look. He was doing something. Yeah, he was on for that. He was wilding out for a minute. He was doing something. So yeah. Deion's last couple of stand-up. I ain't watched Deion in a while, man. Deion was a funny dude when I was young, watching him on Comic View though. DL is not funny. I'm not drunk. I think DL funny, man. I just think he didn't do that. I don't think he had a great set during the Kings of Comedy stand-up. John Witherspoon, hilarious. Vampire in Brooklyn. When he talked about when he seen the vampire transform into the wolf, did the flip-flop on me. What he say? What he say? Was that the dog? Hell no. That's a chihuahua compared to the motherfucker I saw. Hey, when John Witherspoon on Vampire in Brooklyn, what? Watching him as Pops on the Wayans brothers, all of that. Yeah. You must not be here when I am. I think it's a joke. D-Ray Davis. D-Ray. I haven't watched D-Ray stand-ups in a while. When D-Ray was younger, I used to like D-Ray a lot when he was younger. I ain't seen D-Ray in a while. Another Chicago brother. D-Ray was in Kanye's first video, Through the Wire. What you know about King there? I don't know who that is. Watch Deion's last special and tell us what you think. Okay, cool. I like comedy, so that ain't gonna be no problem for me to watch that. I'm trying to think. My dad used to love Michael Collier. Another Chicago brother that went to Morgan Park High School like me, man. Shout out Michael Collier, man. My dad, an old school cat, man. He used to really like Michael Collier. Not Lavelle, not Earthquake. Bruce? Talking about? As you talking about Stephen Truitt? Yeah, Deion from Chicago. Yeah, he from Chicago. Yeah, Bruce crazy. When that man told that joke about OJ Simpson, he's like, OJ go see me. OJ talking about, What's up, fat boy? What's up, fat boy? What's up, fat boy? And he said, hold on. I looked at him. I said, what's up, killer? Right? What's up, killer? And he said, OJ say, what's up, fat boy? Bruce crazy, man. Red Fox. Yeah, Red was hilarious in anything I watched. I ain't watched stand-ups though. Earthquake is a fool. Like, Earthquake, man. Now, my dad really liked Arnez J. My dad, I'm sorry, I'm eating what you call it, some candy. My dad really like Arnez J. My dad like Bernie Mac. He like Michael Collier. My dad like Earthquake. My dad like Cedric. Yeah, I know, man. Shout out Red Fox, man. And Malcolm X. Yeah, Arnez J was hilarious when I was a shorty. Like Adam Sandler, Chris Farley. You know, I'm not really. Hold on. Chris Farley, I know that name. Like crazy. He be on the car. What? Let me see. Corey Holcomb is hilarious. Corey is an a-hole of a person. He's not a good person. Corey is not a good person at all. He's not a good person at all, but Corey is hilarious. Cheryl Underwood, man. Well, look, Cheryl, another Chicago girl. I believe Cheryl from Chicago. Adele Gibbons, Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Adams, I like I like Adam Sandler movies. I ain't seen Adam do no stand-up in there. Chris Farley, I don't really know what his stand-up comedy game like. Boy, listen. When Kim Whitley was Sugar, when Kim Whitley was Sugar on Next Friday, I wanted in on that. You hear me? I wanted all parts. I found out she was a Kappa sweetheart too. What? Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure was, and I got the hook up. Yup. Kim Whitley was on Next Friday. Listen, I wanted in. Said Kim still, yeah, I'm sure Kim still look good, but what? Kim? Sure. I told y'all, man. Older women be calling me handsome. I'm gonna have to get Kim in the corner. I'm at the corner, Kim. Miss Willie, come talk to me. Hold on, y'all.